Hey there, today I'm going to teach you how to draw Link from The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. So let's start with the eyes. So I'm going to draw the upper part of the eye first, so it's basically a curve like that, okay? And then we're going to thicken up the center, topmost area of that eyelid, just like so. And we'll do the exact same thing for the other side. Let's go ahead and make that arch, and then we'll thicken up the center point. Just like that. Alright? Now let's draw the bottom of the lid. So basically it's a smaller curve, but I'm not going to connect the ends. It'll just be a little upward curve like that. And I'll do the exact same thing on the other side, just like so. And then for his pupils, they're big, dark, black ovals. So it kind of comes down and sort of touches that line at the bottom there. Okay, so the bottom lid. We'll go ahead and color that in. Okay. We'll do the other side as well. So let's create another oval back over here. And we'll color that in as well. Alright, now let's go and draw the eyebrows. So basically they're very sharp eyebrows. So I'm going to go and start just on the inside of that eye and just touch that upper eyelid. Okay? And I'm going to taper this line out. So I'm going to go really thick on the outer side and color that in black. Alright? Let's do the same for the other side. So here, touch the upper eyelid, okay? And you see how far out I extend that line. I'm going to taper out and taper back in as we get to the center. Color that eyebrow in. And just on this side here, I'm just going to draw a little curve like that, okay? Just to make it look a little bit more angry, okay? And so for the inside, in between the eyes, I'm going to draw a little nose, which is essentially just a little triangle, just like that, okay? And then for the mouth, let's draw the upper part of the mouth. So we can draw a small little curve, okay, the downward curve. And then we're going to angle two lines like so, evenly spaced apart. And we'll draw the upper teeth, okay. Now, his mouth actually goes and touches the bottom of the chin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw this bottom part of the mouth in and draw a curve in for his tongue. So then I can go in and color in the inside of his mouth. Alright, so there. Let's go and draw the face. So let's draw the cheeks in. Okay, so here, I'm going to start just about over the eyebrow. I'm going to come down. I'm going to cross over that eyebrow since it's already black. And come down to about here. And this is where I'm going to start to curve in towards the bottom of that lip. Just like so. We'll do the exact same thing for the other side. So let's start over right about here. And we're going to do a curve in towards that mouth, just like that. Right? So here he's got like big sideburns, so I'm just going to go in and draw a straight line down, and I point it out just like that. Alright? Let's go ahead and draw the bangs. So here, again, I can cross over that eyebrow just because it's black. So let's start just on the outside of that sideburn. Let's go across. And we'll kind of turn upwards at the end, okay? Then I can go and finish that off. And from here, I'll start back at this point and draw a curve up. Alright? Now he's got some more hair here, but before I do that, I'm going to draw in his ears. So from this point, just above that point in the hair, I'm going to draw a line outwards. And I'll curve that line back in, behind that sideburn, and I'll draw a little bit of detail inside the ear. Okay? Now since I've got that, let's go ahead and do the other side. So I'm going to do an outward curve. I'll curve that back in, kind of like a leaf. I'll put a line in the center, just like that. Okay? Now let's draw some more hair. So I want to do some layering. So behind this ear, I'm going to draw a line that curves out. Okay? And then I'll curve back in and swoop up, just like so. And then from that point, I'm going to start to layer in some more hair. So I'll do a downward curve. I'll curve all the way up around that bang. I'll do one point going out. And from here I'll come down and sort of imagine that coming back into that point of the hair. But I'm going to leave the space open. And I'm going to curve around that ear just like that. Okay? And then just for the sake of evenness, I'm just going to put a little bit of a indication of a sideburn. Just like that. Okay? Now let's go into the hair, to the hat. So just above this point, I'm going to draw a curve in just like that. And I'll do an overlap here. Okay, so I'll go upwards, and then I'm going to come down, and then I'll do a sharp turn towards the head, just like that. Okay, so there's his hat. And then let's get into the body. Okay, so I'm going to have his shield up and his hand back like he's going to be swinging a sword. So right around where this mouth is, I'm going to draw an angle just like that. Okay, and then he's got sort of a V-neck top, a tunic. So I got a line there. And then let's go and draw this first sleeve. So I'm going to come in, just an angle, okay? And I'm going to draw 2 lines outward. Okay, this is where his arm starts. And I'm going to draw the shield. So let's draw a line down, okay? We'll angle that, right? And I'm going to give this shield some thickness, so let's go ahead and put some perspective lines. Okay, so 3 lines extending out from that line, okay, at an equal distance, and I'm going to connect those lines with 2 lines, just like that. Okay, and then from here, I can go out, do a little bit of a curve for the top of the shield, and then if you imagine this line coming down to about the same distance as that, straight down, and then I can connect those lines, just like so. So there's your shield. And then I'm going to go in just an even distance around the inner part of the shield, all the way around, okay, just to give it a little bit of detail, okay. Now I know there's some insignias and stuff inside the shield, but let's just mark that in really quickly. So it's sort of like a inverted diamond at the top here, and it's got some sort of bird, so I'm going to put 2 little curves, go straight out, okay. Now again, I'm going to keep this very simple. Curve 2 lines in, go up, come out to a point, okay, and then I'll draw some lines in for the wings. So there's the shield, very basic, okay. Now here, I'm going to finish off the inside of that sleeve, okay. So here I'll create some thickness, come down, okay, go down in the front, just like so. Alright, now this is where I'm going to have his leg up. So I'm going to make a very basic leg here. So let's draw the top of the knee. So curve, and then I'm going to do 2 curved lines coming down equal distance. And just at the end here, I'm going to flare it out a little bit. And I'll connect these 2 with a half circle, just like that. And I'll finish the top off with a curve like that for the bottom of the shoe. And then I'll do 2 lines for some wrinkle, and a curved line for the top of his boot. Okay, so there's that one leg. Okay, now for his belt buckle, I'm just going to do a big swirl. So he's got a sort of a swirly belt buckle that kind of looks like that. Okay, kind of like a Danish. And then I'm going to connect that with a line at the top for his belt, and then at the bottom part of his belt. Alright, let's get into the bottom of his tunic. So from here, I'm just going to draw a diagonal line for wrinkle. And I'm going to curve a line out for the bottom of the tunic. And here, I'm just going to create a curved line just straight down. Okay? Let's draw his other leg. So I'm just going to draw a curved line like so. Okay? And then just below that tunic, here, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Okay? I'm going to flare this back. I'm going to flare this out, just like I did here, and I'll connect these 2 points with a curved line. Okay? A couple of hash lines, just like I did here for the wrinkle, and then the top of his boot. Okay? And let's finish off the tunic with a little bit of depth, just like that. So there's the front part of his body. Now let's get into the final thing, which is his arm. Okay? So from here, if I imagine here's the bottom of his arm, right about here should be where the other arm is. And curve this up, just like that. Okay? Now, I got a sword in his hand, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw his cuff, like so. Okay? And draw his thumb tip, just like that. And then I will draw a finger. So just a curl like so. And I'll curl it one more. And then I'll put 2 lines straight out for the end of the sword. I'll draw sort of a circle here, and then a smaller circle inside, I'll finish off his hand. Okay, now that sword is going back behind his head, and I'm just going to finish off with a pointed tip of the sword, and then this line, I'm going to make sure that's aiming towards that sword, so towards that handle. And then I'll draw a line there just to finish that off. And I think that's it. There we go. There's Link from The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Thanks for watching.